because economic growth is fast, and when countries, local governments and organizations think about economic growth, they have not yet fully included the need for a resilient economic growth. Thinking urban planning, the quality of the infrastructure, how to make sure that people that are now moving very rapidly into urban areas do not permanently settle down in the most vulnerable part. You know, some of the most exposed cities are also the biggest economies. They are sitting on coastlines. They have lots of infrastructure, huge economic assets, and that's of course also where cyclones and flooding are becoming very important. So I think you have some of the most important cities in this world. 21 out of the 37 global megacities, the largest and richest cities in the world, are Asian cities. So the good news is that they are Asian because they are the richest, but the slightly less good news is that they are highly exposed cities also, because sitting typically on coastlines or in river deltas. So I think a few other important progress that have been made over these past 10 years. One is the mobilization of the private sector. You know, in the average country in the world, private sector business represents 75 to 80% of all investment. So it's very clear that unless we engage business in also looking at their business exposure from disasters, it will be very hard for governments to really achieve an impact. So governments, the public and private sector must work together. And as you can hear from both the private and public sector representatives here, this is now underway and growing very quickly, because both parties realize we cannot do one without the other. So we have many of the representatives of private sector here as well. And now there's a